time on that program or on that thing if it's not adding value to the business. And that's what streamlining your business is about. Are your operations, and I like three diagrams three circles when I talk about business. There's the operations, there's your sales and marketing, and there's your financials. So financials, we talk about that, looking at those every week or every month and reviewing, knowing where your financials are. You're the queen of the sales and marketing and the digital marketing, making sure that we're on point, engaging in our customers, and that's a regular review. We often forget about that operations circle. How do you deliver your product? One of the best examples I had was with a client who was delivering a service, and they didn't realize that the services were costing them more money than they were actually getting for that product, because they started the product saying, this is what I'm going to charge. It looks really good. And then when we did the numbers, they were losing about $10 per client per month.
Oh,
because
dear.
The amount of time they put into it, because they hadn't factored in their virtual assistants or their administration time or the invoicing and all these other things, because it just sounded like a good number, right? We see so many people with that pricing. Oh, it looks good. I'll charge $49. That will cover my cost. But hang on, what is your cost? So that's the operation. Streamlining your business is about looking at every aspect of your business operations and asking it, is it working for me? Do we still want to do it? If yes, how do we tweak it? And if no, how do we improve it or let it go?
And, also I want to add to that, what about the new opportunities? So, for example, with Shopify, before, if you wanted to have bundles, you needed to, bundling up your products, you needed to have an app and blah, blah, blah. Now, Shopify have got this great bundle app, and you can do it all within its own interface. Awesome. So then, that's saving you money, boom, losing that other bundle app. Another one of the finally introduced subscriptions. There's huge amounts of updates for Shopify this quarter.
So good.
But that's a really cool one, is the subscriptions. So it's always worth keeping an eye out and keeping an ear out for what's new and what's changing. I'll give you an example with Keep. We used to create landing pages on our website, but sometimes they didn't fit exactly what we needed, so we'd use other platforms, etc. Now within Keep, now you can do a landing page, and it's awesome, but also it means that because it's our CRM, then all the information that we're grabbing is going straight in there. Now, I'm a huge fan of Calendly. I will always recommend Calendly to people, but I've just got rid of my subscription. After 4 years of being a big fan, I'm still a fan, but now Keep, we can do our the same as what we could do in Calendly, but in Keep. And of course, there's no need for extra zap this and zap that, or get one of my team to grab this, etc., because it's all sitting in the CRM. So maybe it's time for you to look at what you're doing and get a CRM, for example. Maybe that's time.
It's such a great example, because we see that all the time, and you see that building Shopify and all the different websites that you build is you see a landing page or an order that comes through WordPress or Shopify, and then if the back-end system isn't connected correctly, you get the email and they have to manage that, and then they've got to put that in the order system, and then they have to match it to the inventory because they haven't set it up properly, and it's very clunky, and this $10 product is now costing them $25 to ship and to deliver because of all the clunking around. And that's the bit we forget about streamlining, is we talk about cost and we talk about, what's the resource, but we forget about our time. And so when I'm always saying streamlining, it's not just the cost for you, it's the time and the physical resource of a human being having to do some work. And that human being could probably use their time better to build your next landing page like on Keep, or build your next downloadable, or connect out to your customers and say, hey, how are you going? And write your next blog or email. So looking at how your individuals within your organization, your team are being utilized is so important, because every dollar you spend on their wage should be giving you some form of ROI in terms of efficiency, effectiveness, engagement, morale, culture, all those things. But we don't think about the kind of human element when we think about operations, and it's so critical for success.
Beautifully said. And there's so much panic at the moment going on for people worried they're going to lose their jobs as AI can do more and more, et cetera, et cetera. But what you said was just spot on, which was, if we get those things automated and those processes more streamlined, that actually allows our team to work on other tasks. So it's not that they've not got a job anymore. It's that we've done such a better job of that, we can actually get them involved in other areas, which is where we need the people, and So that's really exciting, I think. So yeah, I think rather than looking at it negatively, we can go, wow, awesome, awesome possibilities there.
The second tip I really want to share that also is around when you look at your product and services, and we used the example kind of before the call around when COVID happened and you pivoted from doing face-to-face delivery to a fully online system, which you did out of necessity during that COVID period. But reflecting now, you also recognize it's more productive, it's more efficient, it's more cost effective for you, and you get to serve way more clients because you're not taking 3 to 4 hours a day traveling. You actually have that time in front of the computer actually working and serving clients. So that review of your products and services is something we need to do really regularly. As a consultant, I do it all the time, looking at what we're doing and how we streamline that. We've been building reconciliation action plans for clients for a couple of years, but we actually just created our first core template and our framework. We've been doing it, we customize it every time for every client. And so we often draw, elements, and then we contextualize it for that client. But we actually created a full template. So we've now got templates for all our proposals, which cover all our different frameworks in the one document. So when I'm talking to a client, I can actually take the framework that I know fits best, tweak it if we need to, add the context and the relevant stuff for that client, but it's reducing the amount of time I need to spend writing a proposal, and I get more time to actually talking to the customer about what is it you want and how can I serve you. So from a consulting perspective, people use Proposify or Hello Panda or other systems, which are great, but I like to I don't want to fully automate mine because I like the person. I like making sure there's a conversation there. It doesn't look like it's a pro forma email that comes with a template that says, hey, this is the same thing I've sent to everybody, but still pay me the value that I'm giving you. I like to make it personal. It's a key point of my kind of values and the way I do business. But then on the other hand, when we look at the Empire Builders Online program, I know it's designed for customers who want to do it themselves. They don't want that high touch yet. They want to be able to explore on their own and do that process on their own. So we're building that to cater to that people because we recognize that's a customer need that we need to fill. And so I think whatever product and services, whether you're selling consulting, a physical product, think about your customer, think about your process, and still check that it's what your customers are looking for, because otherwise it's that kind of Kodak model, right? Where we convince ourselves that everyone's going to need film cameras till the day we die, and then we go out of business because suddenly our market has shrunk to 2%. And so we need to kind of keep reviewing those things all the time.
Or we've still got a DVD store.
Yeah, exactly. I love a DVD store. There's something like retro. I feel like I shouldn't have thrown my CDs out on my last move because I feel like there's going to be a resurgence of old technology. My partner had his birthday last week, and his son and I bought him a Sega Mega Drive, because it was one of the first games, or the first game that he bought when he was a young man, and so NBA Jam was the first game he bought. So we went retro and bought him an old school Sega Mega Drive to kind of, a bit of reminiscent. We now need to buy an adapter and some other things to make it work on a modern system. But sometimes retro is okay, but just make sure that it's still serving a purpose and a niche.
Totally. Look what's happened to records.
Exactly. I know. Records are insane. So I think the key thing about streamlining your business is when you're thinking about your business from finance, marketing, and operations, spend an equal amount of time on your operations as you do on your marketing and your sales, whether it's monthly or whether it's quarterly. Even a just quick check-in to say how things have gone this weekend. Were there any hiccups? Can we streamline it? And if we do it as part of our daily or weekly habit in the business, it means you're going to actually uncover stuff before they become big issues. You'll see the hiccups before they become giant potholes. And that's what we're trying to avoid, right? We don't want you to kind of go, oh my gosh, what just happened? We had a few potholes recently in our business. So I think maybe it's front of mind for us where we go, oh, there's a thing that's falling through the gap over there. How did that happen? How do we fix it? And if we've caught it early enough, so it's great. But we need to also make sure, how do we continue to do that as a weekly habit for your business? And it's creating good, productive habits that serve you and serve the business. It also reduces your stress, right? I don't want to be stressed every day about what did I miss. I don't want to come into work on a Monday and go, holy crap, what just happened? I want to, keep abreast of it.
I couldn't agree more. And so, yes, 100%. Have your systems laid out, clear, you know what you're doing, and then audit them and see, do I need to streamline things here? Awesome, Jenni. Beautiful chat with you, as always.
I love a good chat about systems and processes. You know that clarity is the answer to everything, and that's what this audit does for you guys. So I hope that served you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in to our episode of Bite Size Business Life podcast. Kylie and I love sharing our weekly chats with you. Be sure to subscribe and follow us so you don't miss any future episodes, and also go back and check some of our older ones if there's something that resonates with you. Look forward to seeing you next week, Kylie. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.